Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the podcast. The best take segment represents opinions I agree with sports journalists over like the week of what they had to express. But this is going to be the L take segment where I hear some analysis I completely do not agree with, and I'm going to share my opinion on why I don't agree with these analysis. This week is my own friend who I worked on the Sports Panorama show for a while with, Agyei Mintah, and Christopher Nimley on their opinions expressed on the Black Stars call-up. My position earlier in the week has been that I think the Black Star call-up was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. They seem to have differing opinions, so let's walk through the opinions and then let's see where we differ in opinions.
2 goals, right?
2 goals, 2 assists in 3 games.
3 games.
Mohamed Hussein, who plays for Union Saint-Gilloise, he has not been rewarded.
Another chap who played at the Unity Cup.
He played at the Unity Cup. He came in his debut game. He scored. But those guys didn't make the list. But somehow, Christopher Bonsu made the list. And that is one. Performance wise,
Okay.
I believe those guys are ahead of him. And they should have been called ahead of him.
Ahead of Christopher Bonsu.
Ahead of Christopher Bonsu. Then on top of that, by calling Christopher Bonsu indirectly and inherently, I believe that the handlers of the national team, the GFA and all, they are more or less indirectly rewarding or supporting the move that he made by moving from the Belgian league to Saudi Arabia.
Why are you saying that?
What you do with your career is none of my business.
Okay.
It's your business, and I support him going in for the money.
No, but
when it
why
comes
do we say he went in for the money? I mean,
because
I mean, yes, and I guess he's about to get called out for it, but then again, this is an L take. An L take for me because, firstly, let's not pretend the Saudi league is this trash league. If you are young, Ghanaian for that matter, and you are being called into the Saudi league and you go to the Saudi league, it shows your potential. So, i.e., states like Spain, England, if they get upset that young players are going to the Gulf, it's understandable because in that situation, they have like a lot of replacement, they have a lot of talent. But it is credence to his talent for going to Saudi. So that's the first thing. We are not like another country. We were all in this country where we were calling for, I think it was Benatete, one player like that in the midfield, who we all wanted to be called to the Black Stars because we lacked a central midfielder. So let's be fair. Is the boy good or not? You see, does the person fit Otto style? Again, the last friendlies the Black Stars played, or one of the few previous friendlies the Black Stars played in the Unity Cup against Trinidad and Nigeria, one of the best performing players was Christopher Bonsu. And if he is the best performing player, one of the best together with Calabrianchi, if they fit the coaching system, I don't get this hula baloo. The call for Thomas Brandon Asante, fine, it's cool, but then even Thomas Brandon Asante and Christopher Bonsu do not even play the same position. Asante has been more of like, they both even played in the Unity Cup, playing different positions. Baah was on the wings and Asante was through the middle. So I don't see what the big deal is.
Competitively, you can't compare the Saudi league to the Belgian league. I mean, we are ranking it.
No, but you can't say that because you see, football is like life itself. Football is evolving so much. You know, things are driven by perception more than the science. So we're here and we're saying, oh, you can't compare something to Saudi Arabia. Have we done any empirical study to say the Saudi league is inferior to another league?
I mean, per the rankings.
I'm coming. No, I'm going to get there.
Okay.
So this is what you're saying. There are many international footballers who play in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Some play. We are players who play in Tanzania. There are players who. So what makes a particular league more important than the other? A number of things. So whether it is the money that is paid, the level of competitiveness, and then when they gather at the continental level, what they do, etc.
But then I'll have to disagree with this take too. I mean, I get that he's talking about the general point about presumption, but then, I mean, if you are comparing a league like the Saudi League to the French Ligue or the English League, the level of competitiveness is different. So for debaters, this is my what do we call it? New matter. I get the argument that's being made, but then the new matter is I don't it's not about whether one is competitive above the other. It's about I'm trying to look at the individual player as themselves and the value they bring to a whole ecosystem of a Black Stars team. You get it? So I get that argument that it's being leveled, that there's nothing that can be compared to see that one league is better than the other. But at the end of the day, we know that the English Premier League, the French League, the German League are more competitive than the Saudi League. You don't even need, some things are prima facie, you don't even need data to back it up.
What national teams do, etc. So I'll give you a few examples. So recently, what's the name? The Nations League, which is, say, the last major competition. No, I don't know if it's a major competition, played by the European teams. And you had Portugal win the competition.
Yeah. Where he plays in the Black Stars, the position he plays in the Black Stars, it is probably the most saturated position in the Black Stars.
Okay.
Where we have a lot of wing forwards in there.
Who you think are way better than him?
Are better than him.
Okay.
And you
That's the point you can make.
and you haven't
That's the
established yourself as a player. You get my point. Then you made the move from Belgium when some clubs even in France were interested in you.
No, but you
made the he made the move from Belgium to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
At multiple steps down in terms of the level of competition.
He's 20.
That is, and he's 20. That is your individual move, and I applaud him for that. You have made that move. That is none of my business.
Okay.
But when it comes to the Black Stars,
They should be punished.
more taxes are involved in paying him. You cannot have a situation where more or less
Yeah, I know, BBI, okay. What argument is y'all making? Like, again, he's not seeing the person's performance when they are in the Black Stars. Unless he's telling me that Christopher Bonsu performed so badly, or he didn't even fit Otuado's model and so shouldn't be called up, then all this hula baloo doesn't make any sense. The fact that he playing just by playing in the Saudi League, he should never be called. I believe in system. That's why, and I know that was an argument they made that, well, you need to establish yourself first. I don't care if the person is in India, right? And when they come to Black Stars, they deliver. This, I know, because the thing is, get your best players in the team. And best players does not, I know most of the time it connotes to you playing in the big league or whatever, but sometimes these best players do not fit the whole system. That's why you have someone like Suleimana, who has been playing in he used to play in France, now playing in Italian league, but just can't fit in the whole system. If Christopher Bonsu gives you that, I don't see what the whole noise is about, honestly.
you are supporting the push for young players, budding players who can achieve way better but they move to Saudi Arabia.
And then they have fun. That one there, how does it concern you? Because they play in the Black Stars and they are so far as they can perform for the national team when they come in. I don't get what the big deal is. Back when Ghana was not even using international players, but we're using other players who were playing. See, John Pencil was playing at Tel Aviv. It didn't make, and even when John Pencil was in Fulham, was one of the guys who had the highest own goal. These things, they don't matter in anything. They don't make any difference. So far, is the boy good? Yes or no? If he was that good as a black player to be playing in the Saudi League, come on, it's for talent. People who go for players like that means the person has the talent. So we should utilize it as a country.
And come back and better our course. But they are playing. He made the move to go play in Saudi Arabia. And immediately you couldn't make call up.
Yeah.
Ahead of players who are playing more competitive football and better football.
Okay.
And then you proceed to mention players who do not even play in his position. That's my thing. You proceed to mention players who are clearly not being utilized the way you would think the coach should be utilized. So what really is the big deal? I don't get this thing at all.
My point.
Quickly wrap up for me.
I don't think it's sending a good, like Doc said,
Signal?
like a good signal with regards to the party bits, that if we decide to more or less exclude him, it will show a bit of a lack of support from our end. It's the same thing I'm saying, or something similar that I'm saying, that if we continuously, consistently hand call-ups to someone like Christopher Bonsu, who made that very weird decision to move from Belgium, a Belgian pro league, a very fast up and coming and developing player, to go to the Saudi league. If we immediately hand him a call-up back to the Black Stars, more or less we are saying to the whole world that, young player, don't bother about where you play, we'll still call you up.
No, it's not about young player. Don't bother about where you play. We will still call you up. It's about young player. Do you know how to play? When you wear the Black Star jersey, do you put in so much passion? Are you young? Do you want to have do you still want to have your position, like the opportunity we gave you in the Unity Cup and you took it? Then continue playing. It doesn't matter. Honestly, my opinion, yes, generally get people who are playing in the top league, but let them fit a system. They are not come to play in isolation, and it's not like he's making it over Sam Alexander Isak, or he's making it over some Ekitike. Brandon Thomas Asante and Abu Francis, who you mentioned, do not even play in the same position as he is. So this is honestly a match ado about nothing. Yeah, I will personally send you this video when I'm done.
I am happy, but I'm not happy.
Why happy and not
Because
happy?
there's still some Nicodemus attitude by Otto Addo and Keto Kreku to influence the Black Star selection. Look,
Okay.
Keto Kreku, since he became the FA chairman, there has never been any national call-up without his influence. Also, near coach. You are not a coach. You do all these things. When we fail to qualify, then you come and insult us as Ghanaians. That if we've got Messi and Ronaldo, we should come and put them for
Well, he said that. So.
Why do you behave like
You
that?
can never forget that statement.
No, he said that he was sitting in the chair and doing me to my son. You are free. You are free.
Well, he's on record though.
He's on record. I'm not.
No, but you need to explain the head of to my son.
No, you remember when he sat in that chair at the Joy FM studio with Gary Yasmin
Yeah.
in the TV like that, speaking his mind to the people of this country. No more.
Well, he said that on an Asempa FM show. I just need to clarify. Gary Al Smith's interview was when he said he's not, as a coach, as a GFA chair, coach cannot like make a selection without he having to go through. But the Messi Ronaldo thing, he said it on Asempa. That's right after the 2022 AFCON. So yeah, that's the correction.
We are living how many games? Four.
Yes.
But we
Two
should
home
qualify
games.
in September.
Two home games.
This
2
is
away.
why we shouldn't take chances. You see, when
Oh, you don't think this 24 months quite
no more.
But coach, what's the issue? Just say it.
Some of the players that has been called to this team have not even kicked a ball this season, but they are in the team.
Okay.
That is problematic. The season has just started. If I'm the coach, I'm looking out for those who have kicked the ball. We are watching Jordan, and then we are watching what Fatah is.
Yeah.
I understand why Fatah is not in the team. I perfectly understand. But when you are calling players like Christopher Bonsu, he's a Keto Kreku player. Who doesn't know that boy belongs to Keto Kreku? Me, I'll say it. He's 100% a Keto Kreku player. I know it for a fact. Nobody can challenge me on this match.
Out of 43 matches, he's done 29.
That's Baah's record.
Christopher Baah
Onyaze!
just moved into
Wait, that's
a
from
new-
last season.
That's from last season.
Onyaze!
And we've just commenced the season where some leagues have started just a game. Some have done two.
Onyaze! Abeku. There are people. And Kasa me team.
No, but you know the guy.
Kasa.
No, for the records.
He should put his record on. Onyaze! Abeku. There are people. And Kasa me team.
No, but you know the guy.
Kasa.
No, for the records.
He should put his record on hold. Let me finish.
It's fine.
The point I'm making is, even when he was in Belgium, there were players far better than him in that position. You see, when you do these things, players who believe they deserve to be in the team, and you overlook them, not based on proper standard and criteria, but you overlook them because he is your player. He belongs to the Keto Kreku Otto Addo consortium. Their players management consortium.
There's a
That is what-
consortium like that.
So they bring
Coach, who would you have picked in place of
That's
Baah?
the question. Who would you have picked, especially in that position?
no more. no more. Who would I have picked?
Yes, if you were in Otto's shoes.
You see, where he's going to play, we are already spot for choice in that area, true or
Okay.
false.
True.
So we don't need Baah to be in the team. We don't need him. If you are going to pick him and put him in an area where the quality there would not even allow him to touch the ball,
But
why do you bring him?
don't you think Otto is giving him the chance? I don't want
You
to say the
see?
chance, but
When you are
he's called
playing
him.
qualifiers like this,
Yes, I'm saying based on what he did at the Unity Cup.
this is not the time to give chances.
Okay.
The Unity Cup, you should have. You see, Doc said something. Let's make sure we qualify in September. Then we use the October round of games to do what? To now assess certain players and see how better ready they are to go and play for. Because what most people don't know is that we don't have any major tournament to play.
No.
Apart from the World Cup.
Let me just end it here. Because the truth is, there's no player now who was supposed to be called who was not called. And I am a critic of Otuado. I watched the boy in the Unity Cup. He was good. Maybe the player who could have been there was Fatau Isaaku. It's the same player, coach. You understand why he wasn't called up. It's the same reason I understand why he wasn't called up. So what is this fuss about? And yes, we play Chad. A team will be 5-0. We could do that. But then we cannot afford to make those things trials against Mali. And I think he is a player that helps. There's really shouldn't be any fuss about it. I don't see the big deal about the thing because coach's issue is about Kit. Now it's coach and Kit. Yeah, I understand that one. But is the player good or not? From what I saw in the Unity Cup, 2 players were the ones who caught my attention, Christopher Bonsu and Caleb Yoichi. So if they are back in the squad, I don't see what the fuss is about.